Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. And today we will be looking at how we're going to connect our domain, how we can get domain and connect it to our GoHighLevel account. Let's go right into it. Now, there are different platforms where we can get our domain from. I can show one and two ways I wish we can get a domain. Like some of us might be looking for a way where we can get cheaper domain, which is .com, as low as $1. I'm going to show us how we can go about that. We go to Namecheap. Namecheap is one of the popular ways of getting your domain. So we go to Namecheap. So this is Namecheap. So then you can search for the domain you would like to register on. For me, I already have a domain in mind I want to register. So, and that's what I will just go for. So let me just type Annie. So I'm going for Annie.store. So I'll say you should search. So I can click search or click enter. So it's going to search for the domain. Alright, you can see the .com is already taken, but I'm interested in the .store. So I can go for the .store here. You can see the .store is here. It's as low as 0.98 per year. So I add it to cart, then I can view it or I can check out. So if I view it, I can change it to 2 years. I want to buy for 2 years registration. Then I click on checkout. And at this point, you can either pay with your normal ATM card. Basically, you can look for a card that allows you to pay in dollars, because this is going to be charged in dollars. So just look for one of your cards that allows dollar payment. I believe all Nigeria cards allows us to pay in dollar now. We are buying for 2 years, and we can probably just disable things we don't need or we don't want to buy. But now we are not buying extend, we are not buying now, so you make sure you uncheck them if it's already checked. So I think basically it's clear that we are only paying for this, which is $8.98. But however, you have this 0.4 in addition, which is here. You can check it here. So it's mandatory. You have that. So and you make it 9.28 at the end of the day. So let's click that. Of course, you need to sign in and sign up to Namecheap before you can buy your domain. So it's going to ask us to sign in, and we're going to sign in at the end. Now it's already asking for our details, so I'm going to just fill in with details of the person with the account. So if you already have an account, you sign in. If not, you create a new account. So I'll be creating a new account once that is done, and I'm going to continue with the video. So right now I already have the details, so I just need to create the account and continue. So let me click on that. Oh, it's saying invalid email. Alright, I'm finally in. So you just need to fill these details, then we continue. So I'm going to have to fill these details. Basically, maybe not everything, but I'll just fill in the major ones, and then you click on continue. Let's try to continue. So you see the required place that we fill. So we fill this information, then continue. So I'll fill this information and continue later. So I already filled in the information, so I click on continue. Let's see where it takes us to. So it should take us to the page where we need to add our card details so that we can make the payment. Alright, it took us to this page. So it's asking us to fill in more details. Let's see if we can proceed without filling all of these details. Let's see if we can proceed. Let's see self-configuration and setting, and let's see continue. Alright, it proceed to the next phase. Now here is where we need to add our card for payment. So we add a new card. So we put the card name and the details, then we continue to payment. So here you can also see you can either do automatic removal, but we don't want that. Domain registration, safe configuration avoid. Alright. Billing address, use default account. You can leave this just as it is. Billing card, use default account, billing address correct. So alright, we already made the payment, as you can see. We already had our card, sorry. So we already had our card for payment. So now we are going to make the payment. It's asking us to make the payment. So we're going to make the payment right now immediately. So let's make the payment. We can check all the details, everything is fine. So pay now. So we are making the payment. So it's loading. Alright, the purchase has been made successfully. So this is one way of buying your domain. So you already have your domain and you can check and manage the domain. One of the things we would like to do is to change the DNS of our domain to another, to Cloudflare, so that we can easily connect to GoHighLevel. So you can go to manage, you click on manage. It takes you right to where you can change the name server and the DNS configuration. So here you can change all of that. So this is where you will be doing DNS configuration to actually move this to then you click on custom DNS to move this, to point this domain to Cloudflare. So that will be the next step. But like I mentioned, I said if you want to get domain at $1 for .com, if you're just starting, if this is a little bit high for you, I would recommend you go to one-on-one. You can type it like one-on-one. Sometimes the name is now called IONOS. So that's IONOS. IONOS. So we usually call them one-on-one before. So now it's now like one-ons. I don't know what they call it now. So let's check if this is available. And stop. Let's check if the domain is available. Alright, you can see the domain is available, and what you have here is that it's saying $1 per year, but this is actually not really true, but also true. So if you are buying this domain and you are using Nigeria IP, this will change back to its actual cost by the time you want to add to cart and check out. But if you are in the US, for instance, you'll be allowed to pay $1. This $1 is there. Now let's try it. I've not changed my VPN. I'm still using the Namecheap VPN, and you'll see that once I try to add this to cart, since I'm still using Namecheap VPN, the price is going to change. So let's add to cart, and I try to check out. So add to cart, you can see it's $1 per year. I really don't need this. I can remove this. So I only need the domain. If I only need the domain, I only need the domain. So I click on check out, and you have all of these that is saying you have free domain, one SSL, wildcard, and all of that. If you don't really need all of this, you can ignore them. But let me just continue. And now you can see it is now $1 per month for 1 month, $1 per 1 month. Now the price has changed back to like $1 per month, and by the time you accumulate that for a year, it's like almost $12. So this is what I'm saying. And this is just because I'm using my Nigeria IP. You can use 2 years, you can change back to 1 year. It's still not going to be $1, it will be around $10, you can see. So you can see that the price has changed. But actually, I want us to see how we can buy this for $1. That's what I said. So I will just advise us to go back. We can decide to just change our IP, and let me see. From here, you can get this VPN installed. You can just go to Google to come and type CyberGhost VPN. So just type CyberGhost. So CyberGhost VPN. So you'll see the Chrome extension is just there. So you can click on CyberGhost VPN, Chrome extension. So let's look at the Chrome extension. So CyberGhost VPN extension. So that's the one we want. I think this is, so you just click on this. So it takes you right to this. We see I already have it installed. That's why I say it's saying that remove from Chrome. So if you don't already have it in your Chrome browser, it will ask you to add it to your Chrome browser. So basically that's how you can get this VPN, and it works just perfectly. I'll just click. Once you click on, it automatically changes your VPN to the United States. So for me to confirm that my VPN has changed, I can easily just click on this. I will be able to see my current VPN, my current IP address. So for me to confirm that my IP has changed, so you can see that my current IP address is showing that I'm in the United States. So good. So I can simply just refresh or reload this page. I want to see if it's going to change back to $1, because normally if you are buying this domain from the US, in the US account, it should be $1. It should not be $10. Well, you can see it did not change. So I want to start this afresh from the start. So I'm going to try to start this from start again. I'm going to close this page. I'll try to clear my data so that I'm not giving out any cache already. So I'm going to open. So it looks like I'm just going to open that browser from scratch again. So IONOS is what we see. So this is what we are looking for. So you check if the domain is available. File is available and it's $1. So we add this to cart this time around, and let's see if it will allow us to pay the $1 for 1 year or two. Alright, you can see it's still $1. So let's continue. I'm having 2 items add to cart. I need to remove one. This, I really do not need this. I say I don't want this. I say remove. So you can always know the number of items you add to cart, and you can always remove what you don't need. So I say I don't want that. I say continue. I click on continue. No, it's say $1 per month, but let's continue. Let's see how it goes. Alright. What did you see? $1. You see the difference? Introductory offer. It's called introductory offer, but because this is a US account, come from the US account, it allows me to pay the $1, and I'm going to. So if I'm going to continue with this, I'll just click on continue. You don't need to be surprised anymore. You can see the difference that this is $1, then it was $10 when it's not a US account. Now that it's a US account, you have $1. So you can really pay $1 via your card. You can add your card or add anything, and you pay exactly just $1. So it already said that plus applicable tax, maybe it should just add some few money, and maybe pay around $1 point something. So you see, continue. So here you will be asked you to fill in the details. You have to fill in your details, and then the time you fill in this detail, the next thing will ask you to just put your details. You can even put your country as Nigeria, it doesn't matter. You can put USA, it doesn't matter. But I would advise you just put USA, just put something USA. And when it comes to your phone number, you can just find any US phone number pattern and put it and country code. And I believe you can even put your Nigeria details and try it, and that one doesn't mean anything. It can go ahead and it will still work because it's just asking for your billing address. Okay, your billing address should be US because we are in US. So we should expect that your billing address is US. So our advice also, the card you'll be paying, it should be this dollar card, those dollar virtual cards such as Gray or Shipper or the IONOS. You use those cards. So those cards have their accounts in the US. So by the time it seems that everything still goes concurrently. So if you have card like Shipper, but I don't know if you can try Nigeria card as well, the normal Nigeria card. Probably it might still work. I'm not sure about that. So, but you can try. So that's it. How to pay $1. How to buy a .com domain with $1. So I just say let me show you that. But we won't be buying that. We already have one domain we need to use. The next thing is to go to Cloudflare. Yeah, Cloudflare. Now I'm going to sign up for Cloudflare as well. Like I said, we are trying to connect this our domain that we just bought to GoHighLevel. I'll go to Cloudflare. I'll sign up. I want to quickly sign up with Jimmy. I want to sign up. Let me see. Oh, my VPN is still active, so let me just turn it off. Let me be back to Nigeria Cloudflare, but it's showing this that I'm not in Nigeria. So for me to get that done, let me also clear my cache. Let me clear my browser so that it doesn't cache the data as though I'm still in country, not in Nigeria. So let me check my IP. Let me check my IP now. But I'm back in Nigeria. So my IP shows that I'm in Nigeria. So let me now find Cloudflare. So let me go to Cloudflare and click on Cloudflare. So you can see the difference. So that's why I did that. So you can see the way it's open is different at this point. So the next thing, I want to sign up an account since I don't have. So I click on Start for Free. Okay, it's taking me here. Let me just on my VPN so that we can proceed. Sometimes when you find out that your Cloudflare is doing this, you can decide to use VPN so that you can take it past this level. So I will wait till this is done, then I will come back and start the video. Alright, now you can see that it's taking us to the sign up page now. So for me, I just easily want to sign up with Google so that it's faster for me. I really do not like filling all those details. So you just click sign up with Google and you just keep signing up like that. Alright, now we are already verified, so let's continue. Now we've created our account with Cloudflare. We can decide to accept or better, doesn't matter. And remember, we are still using our VPN. I told you when you have an issue like that, you can just turn on your VPN. I decided to use Romania. I tried US at some point, I was having issues. So maybe let me switch back to US. So just use your VPN time. Cloudflare is not functioning properly, or is giving you an error, or is bringing that situation. So just switch to VPN. Alright, now it's asking what you want to use for. I can just say personal and professional, right? let me just say personal and professional. I don't think this matter. You can skip all this and look at it. You can skip it. You can skip all of this. But if you feel like you want to, you can give them the data. So the next thing I want to do is to add a new domain. Do you understand? I want to add domain. So look at it here. You can see domain, onboard a domain. So I just click onboard the domain. If I click this add, so you can also connect a domain, transfer a domain, and all of that. So, but I want to onboard the domain. So you can either use there or use this. So I click on onboard the domain. I simply put the name of the domain I want to onboard. So here is the name of the domain. Just as it is here, and stuff. So I can just copy it and paste it there. So did I not copy? There should be an issue. So this is it. Import DNS automatically recommended. That's exactly what we're going to do. Block all pages, block AI bots. Okay. Do not block allow call. I think you can just leave it as it is. You can leave this as it is. Okay, let's just say continue. Oh, it's supposed to be .ani.store. So that's not correct. Right, Harry? Yeah, ani.store. So let's continue. Still saying validate. Alright, it's loading. So just go with the free plan. Just go with the select free plan. So just go with the free plan. And the next thing is continue to activate. So just continue and activate. Now it's going to ask you to replace your name server in secret. And that's what we're going to do next. So I just replace them with that. I copy them and replace them. You can see, you can click this double square icon to copy, then paste. So I've done that. I have to save it here. I have to save the domain I've changed just now. I have to save it. So I can click on this mark to save. I click on the mark button and I save it here. So once this is saved, all I need to do is here is done, but it is not saved. So I need to retype it. I need to include the domains, the DNS, and save again. I need to include them. I have to ensure that I save. It's saved, you see it will change. Although this DNS is saved, that it takes like at least 24 hours or 1 to 24 hours to take effect. But sometimes it could be faster. It could happen even within a minute at time that the DNS will completely change. But it depends on the situation of things. So the DNS has finally changed, and you can see it's written DNS server update might take 48 hours. So I just want you to see that after we finally update the DNS. So, but like I said, it might happen faster than that. So it might happen faster than that. Finally, I'm in, and you can see now that my domain has now linked to Cloudflare, which is our major aim. So our domain is now linked to Cloudflare. I'll just say I updated my name server. So I'll click on I updated my name server. So and the way we completely linked with Cloudflare. So Cloudflare offers you free the SSL, that's secure lock. So you don't need to buy SSL once you're using Cloudflare. And with Cloudflare, it's easy for you to connect with your GoHighLevel account, and that's why we are using Cloudflare. So basically, this has been connected. So you can check your DNS record, and you can go back to home and check to see if it's active. So once it shows active, then it's connected. So let's go back to home page overview. Let's go to overview. Let's back to domain. Yeah. So status invalid name server pending. domain will be deleted in 28 days if Nameserver is not updated. So I think we need to wait for a while. The Nameserver has not fully been populated. Although we have already changed our Nameserver, but we need to wait until this is active. So that's how we can. So once the status change to active, then our domain is fully. Then our domain Nameserver is fully updated, and now it's pointing directly to Cloudflare. That means Cloudflare owns our domain. So when that happens, then we can go ahead and connect our domain with our GoHighLevel account. So we need to wait and come back for this. So in our next video, we'll show how you can connect your domain to your GoHighLevel account. Alright, thank you.